In the murky world of war, truth is often the first casualty, but what happens when the smoke of gunpowder clears? Today, we delve into a recent controversy regarding India, Ukraine, and weapons supply. In the heart of Eastern Europe, a conflict rages on. Ukraine, a nation embroiled in a fierce battle with its neighbor, Russia. This isn't a simple skirmish. It's a full-blown war with the world watching closely and the ripple effects being felt far beyond the borders of these two countries. Just a few months ago, we saw a horrifying incident where 15 people lost their lives in a Russian rocket attack on a Ukraine apartment building. The attack not only claimed innocent lives, but also highlighted the escalating tension in the region. But the war is not just about the physical destruction on the ground. It's a game of power, influence, and alliances that spread across the globe. This conflict has not only strained the relationship between Russia and Ukraine, but has also put a great deal of pressure on their allies. The West has imposed sanctions on Russia, and the international community has been urged to condemn Russian aggression. Meanwhile, Russia has been looking for ways to maintain its military power, even allegedly turning to countries like North Korea for artillery shells and rockets. As the war rages on, a new controversy has emerged. It involves India, a country thousands of miles away from the battlefield. Let's uncover the truth. In the midst of conflict, allegations fly thick and fast. This time the spotlight is on India, accused of supplying artillery shells to Ukraine. As international tensions rise, a storm brews over the Indian subcontinent. Reports have emerged, suggesting that artillery shells manufactured in India have found their way to the battlegrounds of Ukraine. These allegations, if proven true, could have significant implications on India's diplomatic standing and its relations with nations entangled in the Ukrainian conflict. The reports have been met with a swift and categorical response from the Indian government. External Affairs Ministry spokesperson Randir Jaiswal dismissed the rumors, stating unequivocally that there had been no such exports. According to Jaiswal, India has not supplied any form of weaponry to Ukraine, and the allegations are baseless. This denial comes amidst a backdrop of other nations also being accused of supplying arms and munition to the warring parties. North Korea, for instance, has been accused of supplying weaponry to Russia, an allegation it vehemently denies. The current climate is rife with suspicion and counter-accusations, and it appears India has been caught in this whirlwind of speculation. However, the Indian government remains steadfast in its denial. It maintains that it has adhered to all international laws and conventions regarding the export of arms and ammunition, and the reports of Indian-made artillery shells in Ukraine are simply not true. The denial is firm, but the question remains: why was India implicated in the first place? Could it be a case of mistaken identity, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? As the world watches and waits, the truth remains shrouded in the fog of war. To understand why India was drawn into this controversy, we need to unravel the tangled web of international politics. The Russia-Ukraine conflict is not merely a regional dispute, but rather it is a chessboard where global powers maneuver, each aiming to checkmate the other. This intricate game, with its shifting alliances and veiled threats, has far-reaching implications that ripple across the globe, touching even nations like India. Now, let's turn our gaze to an intriguing piece from Forbes. The article delves into Russia's growing isolation, a product of its invasion of Ukraine. As sanctions bite and allies grow critical, Russia finds itself in a tight spot, particularly when it comes to resupplying its troops and restocking weaponry. US intelligence reports suggest that Russia, in its desperation, has turned to North Korea, seeking to purchase artillery shells and rockets. Yet North Korea vehemently denies these allegations, dismissing them as reckless rumors. So, where does India fit into this convoluted narrative? Well, in the labyrinth of international politics, the path to suspicion can be a winding one. And with Russia reportedly seeking weaponry and India's well-known capabilities in arms manufacturing, it's not hard to see how some may have cast a wary eye towards India. Yet it's crucial to remember that allegations and reality often diverge. As the saying goes, where there's smoke, there's not always fire. In the high-stakes game of international politics, even the slightest misstep can lead to serious allegations. As for India, the country maintains its innocence. Every controversy leaves behind a trail of lessons and insights. What can we learn from this one? In the grand theatre of international relations, this controversy has been a significant act. The incident, which was initially seen as a simple case of miscommunication, has now evolved into a pivotal moment for India's international relations. The nation's response, marked by clear denial and transparency, has set a precedent for handling such situations in the future. It has underscored the fact that in the realm of global politics, clear and effective communication is not just an option but a necessity. But the ripple effects of this controversy extend beyond the borders of India. The ongoing Russia-Ukraine war, which forms the backdrop of this incident, has sent shockwaves through the global political landscape. It has put into sharp relief the delicate balance of power that exists among nations and the ease with which this balance can be tipped. The war has underscored the critical role that allies and international partnerships play in maintaining global peace and stability. It has also highlighted the fact that in times of conflict, misinformation and propaganda can become weapons as powerful as any artillery shell or rocket. As we dissect and analyze this controversy, we're reminded of the old adage, "In war, truth is the first casualty." This incident serves as yet another proof of that. In the face of allegations and denials, discerning the truth becomes a Herculean task. But it's a task that we as global citizens must undertake, because only by separating fact from fiction can we hope to understand the true nature of international conflicts and the forces that drive them. In the end, this controversy serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of international politics, where truth and deception often dance a delicate dance. As we continue to navigate these murky waters, one thing is certain: the need for vigilance and discernment in the face of allegations and denials.